Blast off. Yeah.
And we're off. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, you've made it to another fun-filled, exciting episode of This is the Future.
Unfortunately.
Damn right. And I feel like I'm starting to find my legs with these memes, GIFs, whatever they are on our Instagram page. Trying to find things that fit our title. So if anyone checked out our Instagram post from the other day, yeah, some asshole parks his car in front of our fire lane, do not park here sign every fucking night. So that's a real photo. It's a real thing.
I like that. Yeah. And people are just real inconsiderate pricks. And unfortunately, that's the future, isn't it? Or it has been.
I don't want to start sounding like an old curmudgeon. I don't want to start like being real Tony G here, but yeah, yeah, let's just start right there, dude. What the fuck is going on? Like I've really pondered this. Like I'm at the gym, kids are like younger, they're not me, they're rude because I'm older, and I understand that, but no one, it's not just me. No one's talking to anybody. And what I mean by talking is, excuse me, hello, how are you? What's your name? That kind of thing. Even when I get a customer on the phone, it's like, hello, my name's Dickhead. How can I, that's my end. My name's Dickhead. How can I help you? And they're like, hello, Dickhead, I need blah, 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 blah. Oh, wait a minute. This is not Square K. I didn't just ask you what cigarettes you want. I'm not going to get you a Mountain Dew. Slow the fuck down. What's your name? Hi, nice to meet you. Becky, whatever the fuck your name is, good for you. Now we can go. So I don't get the there's no manners. There's no one gives a shit anymore, but everybody wants you to give a shit. That's what's crazy. You should care about all these things. It's like, yeah, but we don't care about each other. Who fucking cares? You're parking in front of basically a fire hydrant. The only thing I would wish is, seriously, if there was a fire, like all my goods are burning to the ground, I'd be right out my back door, rolling camera on that car. Just waiting for that fire truck to show up. Woo, woo, boom! Just kicks it over 6 spots. They set up shop. They soak the whole building. Everyone loses all their shit. But I'd be happy because that asshole got something good. You got fire laned, motherfucker.
You're fire lane.
I can't park there. No one else can park there. So how does he get to park there and he doesn't get towed? I hate living in a building where they don't actually tow people. They say, we're going to tow you. Then do it. I bought popcorn, one of those old school foldable lawn chairs. I want to see this shit happen. Fuck some people up. Tow them away. Come on.
How long was that person there? How long was that person there?
They're there every night. I took that shot at like 7, 8 in the morning. And the other thing is, I guess I'll take another. I was going to take this for next week, but in front of the dumpsters, it says you don't want to park in front of the dumpsters. Why is that, kids? I'll let you figure out why. They come every other day to get the trash, right? And there's a lot of dumpsters back here. There's a lot of buildings. People park nose in right on the dumpsters right now. I'm like, my second day here, I parked halfway into like the dumpster area, and some maintenance man, I'm like, hey man, what's up? I'm new here. He's like, yeah. I was like, what's the deal with the parking? He's like, well, you see that car right there? He was pointing at mine. I was like, yeah. He's like, that's the kind of shit that'll get you towed. And I'm like, okay. So I never parked out of a spot. I never do. I'm always. So now it's like you have cars parking on top of each other, like jumping a ramp to park on top of the other car in front of the dumpster and shit. It's like, what if it's me? I'm getting fucked, but everyone else can do what they want. So yeah, I'm a little agitated.
Yeah. Hey, man.
But the manners thing, I just don't. If whatever, don't be. Be dicks to each other. I know there's no emoji for manners. I understand. Mom and dad were too busy thumb fucking their phones to teach you how to say hi. Excuse me, can I shit on your head? We didn't cover that, so I get it. But I think we could be a little sweeter to each other. Just acknowledgement. If you're knocking me over and my hip, and I got to get my hip fixed, and you didn't even know I existed, just say hi. I might need your medical information. Anyway, I'm done. Yeah, manners are a thing for me. Drives me insane. And I live in the rudest place in the world. So what the fuck am I doing? I'm looking for people to be nice in hell.
Oh man, speaking of you living in the rudest place in the world, I wish I was gonna do that and I forgot. So I'll just explain it. So one of my friends follows this guy on Instagram, he's the drummer from Superchunk, the band
Yep.
from, and whatever this guy's name is, my friend follows him. And the guy from Superchunk posts what he posts on his Instagram is just pictures, screenshots, that kind of thing of real stuff. He doesn't like make any memes or anything. He doesn't like do anything to what he posts.
Right.
It's all just like anything that could accidentally sound sexual or rude or weird that no one meant to, and he takes a picture of it, and that's what he posts.
Right.
And he, I guess, saw a Craigslist help wanted ad for a kit for kitchen help in Philly. So a restaurant posted that they're hiring a cook, and I'll tell you what I remember from the Craigslist help wanted ad. This is what I could remember what it said. All right, it's about 2 paragraphs. There is swear words in it, and everything's in caps. It's all capitalized, and it's coming from a restaurant in Philly somewhere. And so basically, they're swearing at you and yelling,
Yeah.
saying can you handle working in a busy restaurant on a line? Can you handle doing this position? And then it gets down to, can you have good fucking hygiene? Can you show up on fucking time? Can you what it said? There was the F word, the fuck word, carpet bomb a couple different times, yelling, and I was just like, yeah, that's never going to Philly, but knowing you and knowing what I know about Philly, I'm like, that person probably wasn't trying to be funny, wasn't trying to sound like they're from Philly. They were just being like who they are. But to the rest of the world, that looks insane.
Right. And what probably happened is I'm going to imagine that they just fired somebody and they were over it. But what would be really funny is if I like it when you see something that's written in caps, but it's grammatically correct. Like
Right.
There's commas, there's periods. So like, oh, it wasn't an accident. They really did put this shit in caps on purpose. Like,
Yeah.
That's funny to me. But they probably just canned someone who wasn't on time, who smelled like shit. And they're like, I'm over this. I'm filling this out right now. I need another dick bag to work the line. Here we go. But it's funny that if it's just in Philly, no one thinks twice. It's like, yeah,
Right.
I'm not working there. But anywhere else in the world, you look in on that. It's like, yeah, don't read that. That's for Philly only. Don't go sneaking around how states handle their business. That's scary.
But it's funny. You put it out on the internet, obviously the whole world is somehow going to find it. That's just how that goes.
Yes, I didn't know people scoured the internet like that, looking for jobs they don't want in states they're not interested in visiting. Like,
yeah, we'll see. That probably got maybe I don't know, but maybe someone that isn't originally from Philly, maybe moved there, saw that, put it up on their Instagram. Someone saw it, took a screenshot,
okay.
blah 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 blah, all the way down.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I thought this
Maybe.
drummer just sits around and digs through the internet.
No, but are you kidding me? There's fucking, yeah, of course. People have really pathetic lives that have to, do a show in their weird little toy room on their little computer. Yeah.
Or their living room. But but with all that being said, I bet the food's really good.
I'm sure. Yeah. Hey, if you swear into a sandwich enough times, it's gonna taste good.
This sandwich feels tormented. I love it. It tastes worn out and exhausted. It tastes beaten down. My Philly cheesesteak was the right amount of depressed. So anyway, now that we started out yelling at each other,
I know, right? I like that we started off with a little bit of hostility. And I'm not saying I like it, meaning I don't like it. I mean, I do like it.
Jesus, shit's getting too confusing. I'm not saying what I'm saying not to be literal. I'm saying to be literal if you literally know what I'm literally saying.
Hey,
literally.
If you literally know me, like you, as well as you literally probably do, then you should literally know that I'm saying that this makes a lot of sense in my head. You know what I'm saying?
I literally do.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So anyway, how the fuck are you, man?
I'm good, man. I'm doing pretty good. Yeah. I mean, my house is filled with people that I want to throw into a river, but
I mean,
meaning by that it's the holidays, and so there's always,
right.
the whole month of December has always been a lot of family for me, and it's mainly not been my blood family. It's been my now fiance's family, which I love them very much. But I was venting to you about certain things, and I said I didn't want to talk about it. But there is one thing I do want to talk about.
Okay.
So when I get bored, when I'm like in a situation I get bored, I start to spew things. Because I'm like, I just want to make something more interesting, and if it's just more interesting for me, then that's fine. And especially now that I don't get on stage anymore, I have like a bunch of things going on, and in my head, So, um, my mother-in-law, soon-to-be mother-in-law, was texting my mom. They were texting each other, just like whatever.
All right.
They're friends, and it's cool, and I like it that they're friends and everything. But my mother-in-law is single, and my mom is legally married, but they're not. My parents don't really love each other. I mean, they care about each other if one person is alive or dead or sick or well, but they're
right. Like, hey, are you on fire? Are you on fire in there? No.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
Good. Yeah, that's that sort of thing. Exactly.
I get it.
So I just thought it'd be funny in my head, and I didn't think about it before I said it, but I was like, hey, you should date my mom.
You said this to them?
Yeah, I did. Right in front of her kids. And she's like, what? I'm like, yeah, you should date my mom.
Does that work if you get married?
And I was, and then her, my fiance and her sister started laughing because they thought it was funny too. And she's like, you're being weird. I'm like, no, I'm just thinking maybe you guys could, you guys should date. It'd be cool. And she said, like, she's like, no, I like men and this. And I'm like, she's like, you're being weird. I'm like, no, you're the one that's just screaming, I like men. I'm just wanting I think it'd be cool if you two found love. And if it's with each other, then that would make me happy.
Oh my God. That's funny that you dared to say that. I would, but that's not weird, dude. That's shit you've said, but we've talked like that since I met you. Like that's not like that.
That's the thing. I don't have a filter around people. Like,
oh, I know, it's great.
Like I would say that to you.
Yeah.
But in reality, one might think that maybe you shouldn't say something like that to your mother-in-law or someone that is like her in that capacity. But I don't think like that. I just go, oh, everyone's the same. You're my friend. You're my friend. I'm going to talk to you like the way I talk to them and blah, blah, blah. Because I'm me all the time and I can't help it. But then that, later in the day, I'm at work. I'm like, not everyone would have said that. Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
No, I could see my mother like actually getting the kitchen stool just so she could stand up even with me and slap me square in the face if I said that. So yeah, that doesn't work in everybody's household for sure. But you get away with it because you're goofy. I mean, right now, I don't think everyone else knows, but you're wearing a beanie and a tank top. So clearly you're radiating,
First of all, this is not a tank top.
Was I wrong? I swear to God, you're missing sleeves right now.
Yeah.
What's it called? What's it called in Alex land?
No, not in Alex land, in every land.
Oh,
a sleeveless shirt is not a tank top. A tank top is a tank top. A sleeveless shirt is a sleeveless shirt. I'm wearing a shirt that I ripped the sleeves off. A tank top is a shirt that is like this. A sleeveless shirt is this.
Listen, man, if you had a degree in design, I'd listen to you, but you're not Alex, the fashion consultant. That's horse shit. I have a million tank tops. I just didn't buy them. They have strings coming off the end because I did scissor the fuck out of them. But they're tank tops now. They were t-shirts. Now they're not. They transformed just like that cool fucking robot show.
Would you
It's a
call
tank top. Huh?
would you call a vest a tank top?
Don't you fucking start on me. No, it's a jacket without sleeves, Alex.
It's a vest.
Still, no sleeves, heat holder on your head.
My arms get hot. My head gets cold. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. You got to let that beautiful artwork on your arms breathe.
Yeah, and plus, you know, I've been telling you this for years now on this show. This has nothing to do with warmth. This has everything to do that I just like it.
But it doesn't get hot, brother. I mean, if I get uncomfortable, it gets hot. I'm taking it off. That's why I get to look at this half a skull I have.
If I wouldn't wear this to work in a hot kitchen, but just around the house, no.
I like to think that you have the eyes in there, and that's really a face mask. And it's just your strategy that if someone breaks into the house, you just pull it down like you're a robber too. And then when they come in, they're like, huh. And you're like,
That's a really good idea. Like,
is that why everybody wears it? It's just an easy, cheap protection? Shit.
that's a really good idea. It'd be like someone breaks into your house, and you just act like a robber that got there first. Like,
I had nothing here. This place sucks.
I was here first. Shut the fuck up. Come back tomorrow.
Here, have an apple. Get the fuck out of here.
I think that's a funny skit idea.
Yeah, it just came to my head. I was like,
like has that ever happened in the history of life? Has that ever happened? Like, you go to break into a house, but the chances of another robber breaking into the house are very slim. But since you're there, of course someone else could do it. So it's like, what if just magically in the universe, fake baby Jesus put two robbers in one house and on the same night? If I was only getting robbed, I'd laugh. I'd be like, wait, you don't know each other? All right, you guys, I'll introduce you. Robber one, robber two, meet. Like,
yeah, what criminal website did my address come up to be the #1 house to rip off tonight? Did I get 5 stars or something? What the fuck's going on? Same night, same time. But I think a skit for the fact that so many people do like to wear beanies this time of year in their homes, that would be a funny skit for someone to break in and then just to pull down their beanie and be safe because they're like, I'm robbing this joint too.
maybe it's just regional or something, because this, like, I wear this in the summer sometimes.
No, it happens around. It happens. People are still trying to associate wearing beanies with being a certain, just like a hipster or whatever. It doesn't really work anymore. But in Philly, in certain generations, they do it. It's a thing. All the not. I wouldn't say I've seen. I don't hang out in the Philly that much, and I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of people wear them in the summertime. I'm not that. Fuck no, that's too hot. But the humidity, I don't know how you would do it. You're dedicated. But it's still a thing. I wouldn't say it's just regional. This time of year, definitely. It's definitely people wearing beanies in their homes and shit for fashion. And that's fine. Do what you want. I don't care. Be ready for your robber. It's fine.
To me, it has nothing. I don't think about it. I just put a hat on.
I know, but you also have the beautiful locks on that dome of yours. So it's like, I just don't understand. Like, I mean, how you're not sweating your ass off. That's cool. You're not. Excellent. Good.
I feel fine. My head is nice. It's my head is room temp. I'm sure it's room temp.
Well, if your hands get cold, you can rip that hat off and stuff your hands in that hat and be like one of those warmer things, you know. I'm sure it's at least a nice 120 degrees up there. But hey, man, I had a thing that'll tie into Christmas and to people being rude. So I had this a Christmas tree, you know, a fake Christmas tree that I've used. I was gifted to me several years ago. Beautiful, big fucking Christmas tree, easy to set up, but it takes up pretty much my storage unit. And so I've kind of switched over to just either buying natural, real trees, or just something that doesn't take up on my damn storage. So I sold it. I put it on the internet. Last week I said, all right, I'll set it up piece by piece, take pictures of it, You know, I'll be nice because I don't want someone to have to come into my house, look at it, all that horse shit. So I fixed up the box, made it real nice, took picture after picture every time I set it up, dialed it in. And then I put it on the Facebook horseshit website for locals around here and let it do its thing. And eventually I took it down to the price that I had it, you know, played with the price a little bit. So last week, this woman hits me up and she says, "Hey, is this thing available?" I said, "Yeah." She said, meet me at the Walmart parking lot tomorrow, you know, no problem. Great. So I had my lady help me load it into the car. You know, everything's packaged up, ready to go. And then I go to like ask the person, it's getting late. I'm like, "Hey, you know, what time do you want to meet up?" Well, I can't respond to them. So I'm like, okay. So I keep fucking around because I'm kind of an idiot when it comes to social media. I'm just like, why can't I respond to this person? And so then I realized dipshit blocked me. And I mean, you could seriously, please start thinking to yourself, well, Tony's kind of fucked up. He probably did something silly. I didn't. I was at work. I literally answered her questions and said, yes, this is available. What time would you like to get it? I mean, that it was just professional. Just ghosted me, bro. It's crazy. I'm like, the fuck? So it really does come down to manners, man. And I'm not gonna take a second stab at this, but I would imagine that anyone would get pissed off if you were just trying to do something. People just stop talking to you for no reason whatsoever, other than to just conduct a business transaction. So I'm just wondering what the fuck is going on? Like, what's the problem? If you don't want the tree, just say, I don't want the fucking tree. You can even use the word fuck. I don't care. Or just say no, thank you. Yeah. Or just anything. Just say anything. Just say, I'm not going to buy it. Go fuck yourself. You're ugly. Anything would be fine. Just to be like, it's not happening, Captain. You know, and it was just fucking strange. It's not everybody, of course, because some woman hit me up today and she was like, is it for sale? I was like, yes. She's like, can I pick it up in 20 minutes? Yes. Got it in her car, gone. I was like, woohoo, victory. But it's just weird to be ghosted on a transaction that I didn't initiate with her. She initiated with me. You know, it's like, you reached out to me. I'm just, I don't, you know, I didn't understand. It's like I sent her the pictures of how it gets set up. Like, I gave her the whole fucking schmear. I'm just like, what is going on here? Because people are talking about how the world's worse than ever before. And it's like, it's really just because of how we're treating each other for the most part. Politics have always been negative, but how we treat each other goes a long fucking way. Right. It's like, it starts with simple shit just like that. It's like, just, I don't want it. That's it. No, thank you. You don't have to even say it to my face. You could say it with your thumbs. That doesn't get any easier than that. And just, what are we so scared of? What are you so worried about? No rejection? I'm going to stab you with my fake tree if you don't buy it. What's the concern?
I think it's a testament of just how people interact today. Like, nowadays, I mean, like, there's,
and the internet's got to be the culprit, because otherwise when it was face to face, you had to show respect or it felt fucking weird.
Like, I'm sure that person blocked you just because they didn't want the tree, but they didn't know how to say, oh, I don't want the tree, so they just thought it would be easier just to like disappear.
So like, that's what, so then with that, on that basis, I don't know. I know I'm not coming, I'm just saying, so if Alex is right, and I'm sure he's got a good percentage of the people with that one, I'm sure that's what it was. I totally get it. That's how we all break up with people, right? Doesn't work, but that's how we want to do it. I understand that, but is that what we're really looking for? Do we really, because does easy feel good? Because it doesn't feel good to me. It might be easier, but we're all feel crummy inside now. We're all kind of depressed and we think the pandemic ruined everything. Like, no, it didn't ruin everything. We weren't talking to each other with respect before this happened. So it doesn't have anything to do with the damn pandemic. It's just people turned into pussies. It's like, what's the matter? You're telling people what they can't laugh at anymore. You're telling people what they should care about. You're telling them how they're supposed to, what they're supposed to be like if they're a famous actor. You're canceling people, but you don't have the balls to say, I don't want your fucking Christmas tree. Did I die? Are we in somebody's heaven? Because this is my hell. Like, just say hello. What the fuck is wrong? People aren't going to fuck you up for saying hi. They're not going to fuck you up for saying no either. It's okay. Right. I don't understand.
Well, I think people, I think people are worried about hurting other people's feelings.
But that hurts my feelings. That's fucked up.
I know. And it would hurt my feelings. It would hurt my feelings too. But I think people don't know how. I think people and I don't know about this person, so I don't want to like
No, in
generalize
general,
them
yeah,
and put them
this
in a
isn't a
bubble.
one. I mean, this happened. I'm
Yeah,
sure this happened to 100 people, right?
right. But I think just generally, I think people are behind their computers, in front of their computers so much, and there's that so many people have like fucking social media presence, whether it's like a show like this or a YouTube channel or they just post every day or twice a day about their dogs and their stupid little kids or something like that constantly, that and people pour their hearts out on social media, like just let it all, and so normal to do that they don't know how to do that in real life, even if it's not exactly face to face. It's if it's just face to face through computers, how that would have been if that person was just
Right.
like, hey, I already got a tree, a family member just brought a tree over, I don't need a tree now, I found a tree
Right.
for a cheaper price. uh you look like you smell funny and your tree probably does too, I don't want your tree, get away from me. They
Any
could
of
have
that would
said
have
it,
been
they
fine.
could have said anything.
Anything.
But
Even
I
there's
understand.
even a thumbs up emoji or a middle finger emoji. So even if you just want to give me an emoji, I mean, honestly, if you would have given me a fucking, I'd be like, Delco turn, yeah, you got denied in Delco, fucking, like that's cool. Philadelphia gave me the finger. That would have fit. My concern, and really, it is kind of a bummer, but you guys do what you want. But going forward, right now we're in a transition from where we all grew up and we didn't have technology, so we all looked each other in the face. We said, yes, ma'am, no, man, fuck you, all that right to your face. Now we don't. We have screens. We would rather associate, we would rather talk to you through the internet than actually meet you in person, unless we want to do a clam jam, something like that. Unless we have a physical need for you, you're better off on the internet. So we're in a transition phase right now. The next stop, as far as technology is concerned, is that just like Facebook has decided they're going to make a digital universe. Long story short, that's where your virtual reality nonsense will be. And Apple's just basically made the announcement that with 3 to 5 years, they're going to get away from phones. We already knew this was coming. We're going to go to glasses. Yep, you're all going to wear fucking glasses, whether you need them or not. You're all going to wear glasses. Going to have a heads-up display. That's how you're going to communicate. That'll be the way you look into the digital world. And that's where we're headed. And that's great. Good. Hey, we got to stimulate that fucking economy. You got to stimulate the shit out of it, right? Otherwise, we don't know how to survive. Got to keep the Great American Shopping Mall open, right? Got to have shit to buy. Totally understand that. But I challenge all of us. Don't let fucking human communication go away. Don't be so fucking scared that when you do run into an actual human in the flesh, that you can't just say, hi, I'm Timmy. It's okay. Hey, Timmy, nice to fucking meet you. High five. At least if you're trying to do a business transaction, be like, that tree smells like a gang of Viking farts. Not buying it. No problem. Not a fucking problem. High five, shit lips. See you in the fucking virtual universe. That's it. But we're digressing faster and faster. So hey, right on. I'm just kind of like, middle-aged and starting to see that's kind of stupid. But hey, you know what? Have fun on the way down, I always say. Stupid.
So stupid.
Stupid.
I'm
scared of people, but I'm a person.
My brother-in-law has a VR machine, a virtual reality. It's like a video game, basically.
You mean like this, or do you mean like the machine, like where you like get in it? Because some people have some serious setup.
It's just that's
the headset. All right.
Just like a video game thing, and it's cool. You could play ping pong. You could do like there's a lot of fighting games. There's a boxing game. There's a game where he has where you basically just go around town and beat people up. You could go do bar fights and stuff like that, and it's really cool.
Alex,
it's fun.
Just walks over to this guy with a headset. You got any fighting games in there? Fucking angry.
You can, but like
it's just beat up someone up in the digital world.
No, you can. That's what you do.
That's what you were asking. I just want to beat somebody up. The digital grocery store. Just fucking beat them up over the shopping cart. Sorry, I'm done. Go ahead.
So, and then one night we are talking about how like that this is not going to be a game anymore. That this is going to like in 50 to 100 years, people are going to live in their stupid little apartments, and they're going to be like 600 pounds with like Cheeto dust all over them and like bacon grease, and no one's going to actually talk to each other. They're just going to have their fucking headset on, and they're going to be able to like have their own look. That's what the world's going to be is that,
Right.
you know.
Sure.
And then he said some people think that there's theories out there that we're already living in. We're already living in that. And he didn't say he thinks that. He says
no, but
some
that
people,
would mean like
some people think
why
that.
are we reinventing the same technology to be
Because,
within a dream, within a dream, within a dream? Like,
yeah, that's what he's.
so you take your headset off and then you die and then you take your headset off. Whoa.
Like he's saying that some people think that's a like that this is all like a simulation, that like we're living in the already VR world. You know, that's what there's a theory out about that, you know, that like this is the VR world, because, you know, I don't know why, but that is a theory. And I'm like, whoa, that's fucking deep, man.
But then imagine, like, if that's true, then, you know, you die. And then what happens is you actually just take your headset off and you have to get back to work.
Yep.
You know, like, hey, dick lips, back to work. Like, fuck. Like, shit, man. I thought that sucked. This is reality. Damn it. Like, I live in, it's like, yeah, that's cool. I have a feeling that customer service is going to go in that direction. I have a feeling that a lot of interactions, what's going to happen at first, it'll be fun, right? But then eventually, slowly, they'll insist that they'll be like, what's the name of your avatar? And you'll have to have an avatar. And if you work from home, you'll put your stupid little headset on that'll be given to you by work, and I'll have all this bullshit to go along with it. And you'll wear that 9 hours a day, and you walk around, and you'll do digital sales or digital jerking off or whatever your profession is. That'll be it. It'll all be in the digital world. I don't see the fucking point, but hey, right on. Because that's a really easy way to monetize everything. Like, if you're paying to be in a digital world, then everything you're doing costs something. Pretty much like what phones do now. If you're on the only time you're not paying for anything is if you're taking a fucking walk, pretty much. Otherwise, you're pretty much paying for everything. So if you have to be in technology to do anything, cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. Yeah, it's great. It's great for Bezos and the Zuckerbergs and all the do the shitty little fro on his head. All of them. Fuck them all. I'm not into it. But hey, thanks. Porn's gotten a little better, so you did good there. You did good.
Yeah, true.
OnlyFans is thriving. These women are really figuring it out too, man. They're really working their hustle. I like these 42-year-old soccer moms be like, it's $20 for 5 minutes of talking. Sexting is 6 minutes for 6 seconds, or $6 a second. It's like, wow,
I thought the porn went away on OnlyFans. That was, I heard. That was a thing that
for about a day it did, and all it did was it caused the people who have those pages to not trust in OnlyFans. So they went and made other accounts that were like OnlyFans competition. So now when you run into these profiles on Reddit or wherever you see them initially posting all their porn possibilities, they say, I'm on OnlyFans, I'm on Fansly, I'm on QVC, I'm everywhere. It's like, what? That's neat, I guess. Good for you. So now you can see them fuck on multiple platforms. These poor women, that's a lot of work. I mean, you got to clean your house first, seriously, because we're looking at your house. You're doing dirty things on your tile floor. We're going to see it. We're going to know. You got to clean the house first. You got to make sure the kids are not there, because you can't do something dirty with a 10-foot dildo in your kitchen. You got lunch coming up. So it seems like a lot of work for someone that already stays at home all day. It just seems tough. You got to pretend to be interested in your fuck films. I can't. I don't know how you do that every day. Hi, I found this rubber dong, and I'm going to pretend to be into it for 3 minutes and 43 seconds, and you're going to tip me, right? Okay. Oh, like, yo, the mailman's swinging by soon. Keep it down, Becky. All right, keep it down. Good for all of you for starting your own porn. Good for just taking the power back, getting porn in your own hands. That's good. Fucking crazy. I'm worried I date someone next and be like, okay, so just so you know, like, you got to fuck me 12 times a day because I got to get my money. Be like, no, I don't want to fuck at all. I was just seeing if you were into pottery and, well,
funny. I would love to live in a world where you did pottery.
I fucking did do pottery. I told you about that. The art teacher told me I wasn't any good at it. Then I Xeroxed my ass and got kicked out of class.
Yeah, there's a difference between doing pottery in school and doing pottery as a hobby as an adult. You
I
know?
don't think, yeah, I don't, how many, yeah, but how many bowls and kilns and flower pots can you make for people?
I don't know. If it's your hobby, you do it for a passion. You don't do it for anyone else. You do it for you. Every flower crevasse
Crevasse.
and fucking bowl and cup is for you. It lives here.
No, I'm not into it. But anyway, before anything, we talked about a few things. Anything cool happened your week that's noteworthy, mentionable, honorable?
Other
Any of
than
which honorable, mentionable?
other than telling my mother-in-law that she should date my mom.
I mean, that's pretty hot for a week's business. Yeah, that's pretty good.
And just for the record, I think she's great. She's like a friend of mine, and I think that's why I'm able to be so so weird around her.
Yeah, you're not I'll say this in all seriousness. You're not disrespectful.
No. She's
You're not.
she's really cool. I just
Right.
get bored and I like to fuck with people. She's
Well,
great.
yeah, I mean that's how we linked up. Exactly.
I love her a lot, and I think she's really great. But she knows me well enough to just be like, oh, he's a fucking weirdo, but whatever. But yeah, not really. Other than that, man, what about you? Anything pressing that we need? Yeah, anything going on?
Well, I mean, we bitched about people and Christmas trees already, but I just want to throw a couple of because when I'm not bitching about people, not being friendly, I watch a lot of television, too much. So wanted to throw a couple of suggestions out there. I went and saw the new Ghostbusters movie in the theater. If you're a Ghostbusters fan, it's a must see. Disagree with me. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to listen to you. But still, go check it out. It's fucking entertaining. And I go to the theater. I went to the theater that we usually go to. And usually when we go to this theater, there's people in there that don't give a shit and will tend to react to the movie verbally. Like, oh, hell no. Oh, that's bullshit. So I started to do that. Like, that's just how it is in that theater now. So this movie didn't bring out any of those fun personalities except myself and my lady. There was other people like kind of, saying their little things, but halfway through the movie, you don't even notice if you're talking, if you're just like, oh shit. Like I say things like, damn, that's crazy. Like apparently not allowed to do that. So this woman, like in the middle, she's just like, and you never know because it's dark, but she's just like, excuse me, would you mind not talking? And I can hear people talking behind us. So I'm like, and at the same time I said it, someone else kind of said, I didn't say this, but I said something like, is she talking to me? And then I heard someone say, that bitch better not be talking to me. So it was like at the end of the movie, like you stand up and you're just kind of like, you turn around, you're like looking for the fucker who probably said it, right? It's
Right.
like all right, who said this shit? And you can always tell because it's still the angry, it's the angry Karen with the crossed arms
Oh
who's
yeah.
not getting up until she figures out who she's talking to. And so my lady was like, I want to go this. She wanted to walk by her, right?
Right.
Fuckers, they always want to antagonize everybody. I was like, no, let's go the other way and not give the bitch a satisfaction. And as we're walking out, I was like, boy, it sure is quiet in here. But anyway, aside from being an asshole at the movies, that movie's really fucking cool. I'm not a big, if you're one of these movie nerds that's gonna be like, Tony's a fucking idiot, then don't watch it. I don't give a shit. But if you want to be entertained for 2 hours, the way that they were able to tie in all the old Ghostbusters shit, like the two original ones,
Yeah.
and then this one, I'm not going to ruin it or anything, but they did a really fucking cool job for what it was. I thought, nice work, really nice work, highly entertaining. Has the kid from Stranger Things in there, Finn Wolfhard, I believe his name is.
Mm-hmm.
Just fitting in a lot of ways. So if you're looking for a movie suggestion, I would say definitely go check that out if you're a Ghostbusters fan. If not, too, I mean, still great movie. And then the other suggestion I have, if you happen to have Disney Plus, of course, you've probably heard the rumors by now. The Peter Jackson documentary about the Beatles called Get Back is fucking rad if you care about the Beatles at all. So it's like 8 hours of content. It's fucking awesome. really is. Made me feel something. It's kind of neat. I've never seen one of the world's most famous rock bands make an album with so much controversy. This is at the end of their career. This is before they knew they were gonna. I mean, we all know it didn't go past this album, but they didn't know that yet, and they were in turmoil, and it was all recorded. And it was like it was shady, like the way they did it. This documentary, they knew they were making a documentary, so they went for this is 1969, and they hid a microphone in a flower pot in the fucking cafeteria to hear McCartney and Lennon have a private conversation. I'm just like, holy fuck. We've had this guerrilla style of not minding our business since the 60s. Like English people with bad teeth and nice fucking suits. Like, you know what, mate? Let's stick a fucking mark in there and hear all this nasty shit, right? Be good for fucking rating, right? Right? That's crazy. It's the 60s. I mean, I'm sure the microphone was like that fucking big. The cameras looked like they were fucking RPGs on their shoulders.
Right.
Like, this is nuts. So anyway, I mean, it's a lot of English people just talking about music and fucking around, and Yoko Ono doing whatever she's doing. But it does change some opinions on how Yoko was towards the band. Is she the reason the band broke up? I'm not gonna watch it. Formulate your own opinion. But they definitely all like Yoko in this documentary. I don't think she was the reason the Beatles broke up. I just definitely think John was fucking over it, and that's that. So was George. So was it pretty much everybody. So that's not what it's about. It's not about the Beatles breaking up. It's about them making their last fucking album together from scratch to finish and doing their last show up on the roof. It's fucking cool. Fucking cool.
I watched the first episode.
Oh, cool. Right on. So you know what I'm talking about.
I think if you like the Beatles, you should definitely watch it.
Yeah, this ain't for everybody. Any of that horseshit.
To Tony's point, I think you should watch it. I'm not a big fan of the Beatles, but I was interested to watch it because it was called a documentary, and it technically is a documentary because they're documenting things, but I couldn't stand it.
I tried to put in there, it's a bunch of English people having conversations about making music. So you have to like me, I listened to that record a lot as a kid. There's meaning for me. There's a reason for me to keep trucking along. If you make it to the last episode, I mean, I thought it was cool as fuck. They're singing they wrote a protest tune called Get Back. That's the name of the documentary. They wrote that song based upon what was going on in London at the time, how the police were literally telling the protesters, get back, get back. So they wrote a song called Get Back, and then they decided to do the album live on the roof, record it at their new Apple studio. Mm-hmm. And we're talking about Apple Records, not Apple fucking iPhone horseshit either.
Yeah.
You know, the original Apple. In any case, they're recording on the roof, and the whole time they're showing footage in the last episode, they're showing footage of the police basically trying to get up on the roof. When they get up on the roof, that's when the Beatles play Get Back, which is like, hey, it's a fucking protest tune. How ironic. One of the last songs they ever play live in front of the pigs. It's fucking cool. Get back. And at one point, the managers turn off the fucking amplifiers because the cops are telling them, turn off the fucking amplifiers. And Harrison goes back over to his and turns it back on. And they try to fuck with Paul's, and Paul's like, ain't fucking happening. And it's just like, this is kind of cool, man. This is the beginning of punk rock right here. Right. Like, fuck you. We wrote a protest tune. We're on the roof in the middle of the afternoon, waking up all these English businesses, and we're doing it. Fuck you. And here it is. That was cool. But like I said, I like the Beatles. I'm sure your lady probably, your lady's a Beatles fan, right?
Yeah. She liked it. I just was like, after a while, I'm just like, man, this is just a lot of time, you know? So I was just like, I watched the first episode, and it's substantial 2.5 hours, you know? So I'm just like, yeah, I'm good. I watched it.
Well, there, I just saved you the next 4 hours. All right.
Yeah. Speaking of music, I think it's about time to talk about music.
Absolutely, man. I'm always down for that.
All right. So this week's band and album was brought to you by The Wheel, obviously, but it was my pick. And if you know
The Wheel,
The wheel. The band was called Cult Leader, and the album was called Lightless Walk.
Yes, it was.
So I knew of this band. I knew that they were in some other bands. Some of the members were in other bands that I liked, and but I never really listened to them a lot. So I knew they were going to be metal. I just didn't know what kind of metal. And listening to it, I was personally really into it. Because I like that. That's mainly the kind of music I listen to. And I didn't know they were going to be as heavy as they were, because they're pretty fucking heavy. But
yeah.
So, what did you think, Tony?
Yeah, there's no fucking warning whatsoever, man. Like,
you what?
I think my phone flew out of my hand when it first kicked on, because I was like, what is this? Like, I was like, I better start listening to this. So, and I just heard just all of it all at once, like a freight train came through my fucking house. I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, I can't listen to this right now. I smoke too much pot for this. I was just listening to Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. I can't fucking transition to this. So definitely, I'm going to say this. It was gym music, but yeah. Let's see. I'll be honest with you. No, this isn't something that I would run out and buy. No, even after listening to it twice. But with that being said, not bad. Like, in all honesty, if I wanted something heavy hitting, I would turn it on. I'm just like getting older, and like I said, listening to shit that was invented 50 years ago. But two songs that jumped out at me were "A Good Life" and "Lightless Walk."
Mm-hmm.
And because I think the last song, "Lightless Walk," was a little bit more of like kind of like a slower jam, that kind of thing. The trippy stoner droney stuff, yeah, more like that. But this is what I got out of this. No shit. I've listened to a lot of like, I wouldn't just say these guys were like screamy thrash metal, even though I don't have good examples of that. I would just say a mix of like some of that along with like the stoner, slower stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of, it's like the dude's voice in certain songs, like when he's like kind of singing and not screaming, reminded me from a guy from the Lemonheads for some reason. The lead singer of the Lemonheads, like a deep kind of, but like mellow, I don't know, like not in threatening voice, just kind of like deep and depressed, just because that's how it sounds.
Right.
So it's kind of funny. I was like, holy shit, is this the guy from the Lemonheads? I was like, that'd be interesting. But there's a couple of lyrics that even when you're just working out and kind of spacing, one was like something about, he said, I swear he said something about forgive me, but something about your vagina and you're rotting from the inside. And I was like, fuck, because I can't hear everything they're saying. Like, I just can't. I am getting better at deciphering what they're scream singing at me. And I'm like something about, I don't know, it's like something about you're rotting on the inside through your womb. And I was just like, fuck me. I was like, this is guess I won't buy this for my mom for Christmas. I was like, all right. It was rad. It's great gym music. And I did there were some things in it that I appreciated. There were two songs where I was like, the more I listened to it, there's probably like 3 or 4 that I liked.
Right.
So no, not bad. Like I said, not gonna go out and buy it, but I respected it, and there was some shit in there that I liked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I loved it, but it's not it's not weird for me to like it because it's what I like.
Oh yeah, right.
It's this type of metal fits into, like, there's bands that sound like this kind of metal, and I don't know the name of it. I don't really care, but there's bands like a band called Sumac. There's a band called Old Man Gloom, ISIS, and Gaza, and some of those members are all 4 of those bands. Some of them have been in, some of them are the same, but they all have this same sound. ISIS is a little bit more melodic. Mm-hmm. And or a lot bit more melodic, but they all have that like very heavy but slow and kind of doomy, but a little bit more scary. It kind of sounds like a dark forest, and it's like raining, and there's like a weird goblin that lives in a cave, and it's coming out, and it's wearing like like tattered clothing and like an animal skin, and that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds depressing in a way. You mean the name of the album is called Lightless Walk.
Right. I just
So
don't know if I've ever spent that much time hanging around wizards and goblins and shit to get this music. Like I never, I'm not again. I never associated with people that you're the only person I talk to that even describes this music. Like being in a dark forest with it raining. I don't even think like that when I hear this shit. I just kind of feel like someone's about to stab me. Like I feel like I should run away from something when I hear this music.
mhm.
You know, like I'm under
Well,
fire.
then that's good that it's gym music because it gets you going.
Right. Because I think these days I'm the only one in the gym listening to anything like that, because everyone else I see in the gym is like bumping and like, you know, like they're air fucking, you know, they're humping the air. And I'm like, well, this doesn't make me want to do that, but this will make me slap another 10 pounds on either side and rip my spine out of my back. Here we go.
There you go.
And that's what I think it's good for. I'll be honest, like I said, I can't decipher what they're saying. And even if I did read the lyrics, I'd be like, huh? Like, you know, what are you talking about? So it doesn't matter. That's not what I've learned more about music, especially doing this show, is like some music isn't even meant to make sense, or I don't know. Maybe you're not supposed to understand it. It's more about you get what you want out of it.
Mhm.
They got what they wanted out of by making it. It's up to you to decipher what you hear,
Right.
how you want to take it. But when I heard him talking about her poisoned womb, I was like, this is definitely some heavy shit. I don't know what he's saying, but he's not telling you where to get good ice cream. He's talking about something else. So it was fucking rad. But here's what I thought. My thought was this: since we've been doing the wheel for a few weeks, and you know, like we've been playing more mellow shit, I don't think we gave anyone any warning, because I didn't have one, about what this music was like. So for some of
Well,
our loyal fans who dig the music, I just kind of imagine them turning it on and just like being shot across the room. I had this image of Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. This is a reach. But when he goes into the rock show and he's trying to get directions to find his friend, he's like, "Excuse me, can you tell me where this is?" And goes, I know
yeah,
that's Cannibal Corpse that's
yeah, it's kind
playing,
of a close. Yeah.
but that's what I thought of. I was like, this is awesome, because this is like 30 years later. This isn't
Yeah.
Cannibal Corpse, but this is what it reminds me of. And you know,
Well,
just
there was a bit of a warning. There was a bit of a warning where I was like, I haven't heard this band a whole lot, maybe a little bit, but you could tell. I was like, you know what they're gonna kind of sound like. I said it's gonna be metal.
okay.
I was like,
I mean, I really didn't. I didn't know. It caught me off guard. It was funny to me. I was like, "Fuck!" It's like
there was
Jesus Christ.
I wasn't like that. I wasn't like these guys are bone crunching heavy, but I was like, there's a little bit of a warning. I was like, it's metal. You know what they. I was like, name's cult leader in the album's Lightless Walk. You know what it's gonna sound like. I just don't know exactly how it's gonna sound.
Right.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, I think that's good. It's good to be surprised, you know,
Well, what do you
especially
think
when
of it?
you
You dig
plug
it?
in and it's just fucking, you know, that's cute. I like
Yeah, man. Maybe throw my fucking wheat thins across the floor.
it. Um, my some of my favorite tracks were the first one, Great I Am. I like that a lot. Suffer Louder. I just think it's a funny name. And Gutter Gods. Gutter Gods is probably my favorite one.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Gutter Gods is my favorite because I like the way it kicks in. I think it's the beginning of the song's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like any song that has layers to it, that takes you on a ride. If it starts out slamming your head into the wall and ends with your head in the wall, then I'll probably just have a headache. But if it goes up and down and has a couple of surprises in it, on all honesty, no matter really what it is, I'll like it a lot more. So, and there's definitely a lot of songs in here are like that. They are. They're not just all balls to the wall on every jam.
Right.
So that's what I liked about it. That I could differentiate what I liked out of the album.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I hear you.
definitely not bad. If someone was looking for some new shit, I would if this is what they were into, I'd point them in this direction. No problem.
Um There's another band that a lot of the members used to be in called Gaza. At least that's how I think you pronounce it, Gaza. And that band isn't around anymore. And I think, and I never knew why they broke up, but I think I know why they broke up now. And it might not be the reason, but I could see why it would be the reason. Is the lead singer years ago got outed for like allegedly raping someone. The lead singer of Gaza, not cult leader, Gaza. And this is on the internet, you could look it up. So I'm not saying anything weird. Like he said he didn't, she said he did, blah, blah, blah. And then now the band's not together. I don't know if that's why they broke up, but if that is the reason, that makes a lot of sense, right? Because, who wants to be in a band with a rapist? I don't, so.
No shit.
But don't worry, that person is not in cult leader. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was, honestly, man, it was cool. It was nice to mix it up. We haven't had metal in a while anyway.
Yeah. And it's they're to me, they're an awesome band. I fucking like listening to them. And now I got another band that I like that I'm going to listen to them more often. I think they're fucking hard. They, like Tony said, they have, it's kind of, they have ups and downs. They do take you on a ride. It's not balls to the wall the whole time. So, if you haven't, check out Cult Leader, Lightless Walk, and any of their other albums. I'm sure they're just as good. So yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, you got anything else?
About the music, no, but I think we wanted to, I don't know if we're talking about a shout out to one of our listeners. So I just wanted to kind of call that out at the end of the show here.
Yeah.
One of, in my opinion, this is something we talked about from last week. And she responded to us.
Yeah.
It's about swimming with fucking alligators.
Yeah.
And snapping, whatever they are, the things that'll fuck you up.
Right. And I think she said alligators, not crocodiles.
Yeah, I'm sure she corrected me. I will always screw that up for the rest of my life.
I know.
Now I think I just do it for fun.
People know what you mean.
But in any case, this listener of ours, she swims basically every morning. I don't remember the distance. It's a couple of miles to me, it seems. Does it all the damn time, and she's in Florida, and there is a chance of shit being in the water. So my fucking hat's off to her. I'm serious as a heart attack. I'm not doing it. Even if I had a stick of dynamite in my hand, I'm not swimming across anything that could possibly have that shit in there. I lived in South Carolina, at housing, developments where they put in man-made ponds to make it look like you got a good deal on the community that you live in. So some shitty pond that no one ever goes to. What did we say it was, alligators or crocodiles?
I think it's alligator.
American alligator. That's how I remember it. American alligator. So American alligator, I remember this happened at least twice a summer. You would go by one of these communities and some kid would be out playing, and a damn alligator would just have its body laying out of that shitty little pond that swam in through some irrigation channel or some shit. So that's possible in the Southeast, and Florida is a fucking haven for it. And here she is just swimming in a goddamn lake in the middle of Orlando every fucking morning, and it's totally possible. And I just think that's awesome and rad and insane. I'm serious. I people think I'm nuts. I've done dumb shit in my life. I'm not fucking doing that, man. If someone told me Jaws was in the water, I'm hanging out on the beach. I don't understand. They have swimming pools.
I think it's great.
Chlorine. What's going on?
I think it's awesome.
Choices.
It's why people jump out of airplanes. It's why people go over 100 miles an hour in a car. It's like that adrenaline rush, I'm sure, for her. Right. And I remember she said when she posted because she listened to us the last episode talk about it, so she made a post on Instagram, of her. I think it was of the water that she's about ready to swim, and she made a comment saying, "I go in the water before they wake up." So that means I think this is great. That means you're betting on the alligators not having an early riser. That means you're banking on there's not one, at least one alligator that's like, huh, I'm gonna get up early.
Listen, all right, listen. There's people out there that work a grave shift. All right. There's definitely alligators on the grave shift. I think that's crazy. I'm gonna name that. I think that needs to be the name of the episode. What is it? I go swimming before the go swimming before the alligators wake up. Something like that. That's fucking crazy. You don't know that. That's not safe. Stop. I could dig it. Like if you swam in like one of those fake alligator costumes, like you're out there like mixing it up, like throwing them off. They're like, that alligator looks a little fucked up, but he seems like one of ours, so that's okay.
Right.
If you're, that's fine, but you're just, and here's the kicker. She's not the only one getting in the water. There's a whole team. There's a whole group. There's club. This is a club. This isn't just her. They found a lake to swim in. This is a club. She's been swimming there for years.
Okay.
It really is a club. Like they ring a bell when they've made enough crossings. I mean, she swims her ass off.
Well, you know, like
that makes a lot of sense. Any chance of that happening? Fuck no. Like
that makes a lot of sense actually, because I bet you that's one of the reasons why there hasn't been, you know, knock on wood, hasn't been an attack. Because
but no one said anything about sightings.
Right. Yeah. Right. I'm sure they do see them.
But fuck that. It's in the water, man. We just talked about this shit. How some guy swam across the lake and got torn up. It's possible.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is, I'm sure that they, but maybe don't even see him as much because they probably get spooked by the amount of people. I'm sure the alligators get like, you know, be like, because we don't know this because we don't speak alligator and they don't speak human, but I'm sure they're just as afraid as us as we are afraid as them. I'm sure they're just like, those people have shotguns and shoot us out of the water sometimes. I'm sure they're just like, there's a bunch of them, let them go. If there's maybe one person, I bet you they're being early riser that came up and grabbed them by the legs. But if there's a group, I can understand why they don't see a lot of them. That makes a lot of sense to me now.
All right. Okay. So I'll just say this. In the ocean, there's a lot of sharks, but it only took one Jaws to fuck it all up. So be safe out there. That's all I'm saying. You know, bring a body double, something, I don't know, something for safety, something they can bite onto instead of you. Maybe one of those things like for dogs, you know, you're training a dog to bite, you know, you have to, so if you're swimming with like, you know, concrete on your arms or whatever, then it's safe because you're ready. You're like, come on, Timmy the alligator, and you're ready for it. But if you're just out there, you know, in your pizza onesie swimming or whatever, man, I mean, it's vulnerable. You got your swimming cap and that's it. No protection. So I'm serious. Hats off. Seriously, ballsiest fan I know of yet. If you do some crazy shit that we don't know about, and you want to throw it into the hat, send us a message. Let us know some crazy shit you're into. Honestly, if you swim with alligators, I want to know about it.
Yeah, I think it's great. Keep it up. I think
it's fucking awesome. I'm just like, hey, we're friends. I like you. You know, I don't want them to have to carry 2 caskets because you're two pieces. I don't know how that works. I mean, is it 2 smaller boxes or 1 big one? I don't know. You know.
Yeah. It's awesome. Well,
fucking rad. So yeah, time to spin the wheel.
Speaking of gators, you want to talk? You want to spin the wheel?
Oh yeah, I want. Yeah, you hang on. Yeah, here, let me get it. I got it. I'll spin it. Nope, didn't work.
Got to get it in range.
All right. So it's landed on number 9 and number 7 twice. For all you guys who want the wheel statistics.
Wow.
It hasn't. It's only been all the high numbers. So let's see if we get a low number this week.
Yeah, we'll see if there's something to that.
Yeah.
All right. You ready, Tony?
I'm ready.
All right. Here's for a lower number, maybe.
You spin me right round.
Oh, right in the middle, huh?
Right in the middle.
Number 5.
Oh, cool.
Right in the middle.
That is Bjork.
Bjork. Cool. All right.
For all everyone out there that's gonna follow along with the music, The artist's name is Bjork, spelled Bjork, and the album is Post, Post. Post by Bjork. Female artist, very unique, got some catchy tunes.
Right on. All right. Well, cool. Thank you, Wheel, for that. Like that.
Just a sturdy old wheel. That's what we were looking for.
Well, cool. That leaves us at the end of the episode.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
Yeah,
Hope
man.
you enjoyed Cult Leader. We did, and hope you guys enjoyed Bjork. And like, subscribe, follow, smash the bell button, do whatever you got to do. Thumbs up. Hope you enjoy this. We like doing it. Follow us, check us out on Instagram. Instagram, sorry. Titfoo69. And we'll see you all later.
All right. Alex said all the good shit. Everybody have a good week. Bye-bye.
Bye.